The Singapore embassy's attack plot was a plan in 2001 by Jemaah Islamiyah to bomb the diplomatic missions and attack personnel of the United States, Australia, the United Kingdom, and Israel based in Singapore. There were also several other targets. The plot was uncovered in December 2001 and as many as 15 people were arrested in Singapore within a month. Further investigation and intelligence prompted the detention of another 26 persons from 2002 to 2005. As of 2006, 37 of them were still being detained without trial under the Internal Security Act. 4 had been released on restriction orders. G branch in Singapore. The Singapore G branch was started as early as 1993, when Ibrahim Maiden underwent military training in Afghanistan and was subsequently appointed leader of G in Singapore. By conducting religious classes, Maiden began recruiting other members into the G organization. At least 8 of the sleeper cell members had received training in Afghanistan. Ridwan Nizamuddin, the leader of G, who was better known as Hambali, had arranged the travels to Pakistan, using false documents and cover stories that they were accepted by a religious school for religious studies. They stayed in an Al-Qaeda safe house in Pakistan before traveling to Afghanistan, where they received training in the use of AK-47s, mortars, and military tactics. Several members also attended a training camp in southern Philippines, known as Camp Hudaybiyah, set up by Moro Islamic Liberation Front and run by Indonesian G members. The Singapore branch of G was organized into at least 3 groups. The first cell, which was called Fire Ayub, and the second cell was called Fire Musa. The Singapore branch was headed by Ibrahim Maiden, and Faiz bin Abi Bakr Bafana was the second in command. The Singapore branch was under the command of a Malaysia-based leadership structure called a Regional Shura, within the larger network of G organization in Southeast Asia. Members of the cell did not attend local mosque and made little contact with other mainstream Islamic organizations in the country. The group operated in tight secrecy and were using code words in their communication. Surveillance activities. According to investigation, the cell had conducted survey for other targets as early as 1997, when the cell was planning to target the Yishun MRT station, where American troops and the families used to take shuttle rides to a U.S. Navy site at Sembrewang for recreation activities at a sports complex coincidentally known as Terror Club, named after the last Royal Navy's shore accommodation establishment around the same area, HMS.There. In 1999, a member of the Singapore cell, Khalim Jaffer, traveled to Afghanistan and presented the plan to Al-Qaeda's leaders. Mohammed Atef, a close aide of Osama bin Laden, gave G the go-ahead for the attack, but was stopped by Osama himself. Found out that there were many peaceful Muslims in Singapore. In April 2001, a member of the cell, who was working at the Singapore Technologies Aerospace, took digital photographs of American military aircraft and personnel at Paya Lebar Air Base, and distributed them to other cell members. The cell had also surveyed other potential targets, including water pipelines at the Johor-Singapore Causeway, Singapore Changi Airport, the Singapore Air Traffic Control Center at Biggin Hill Road, and the Ministry of Defense at Bukit Gombak embassy's attack plot. In early October 2001, Fatha Rahman Al-Ghazi, also known as Mike, and Muhammad Jabara, also known as Sami, flew to Singapore and directed the sleeper cell to conduct final reconnaissance and video recordings of potential targets. The 2 operatives gave instructions to the cell to prepare for attacks in Singapore. Among the targets were U.S. and Israeli embassies, British and Australian high commissions, the Singapore American School, and commercial buildings housing U.S. firms. They planned to launch the attacks in December 2001, January 2002 or April-May 2002. Philippine authorities said that Ghazi, a bomb maker, had 3 Philippine passports and an Indonesian passport. Investigators later revealed Ghazi's ties with Abu Bakr Bashir, the alleged spiritual head of Jemaah Islamiyah. Ghazi had studied in Bashir's religious school in Indonesia for 6 years. The other man, Sami, was later identified as Mohd Mansour Jabara, a Canadian national of Arab descent, who was in U.S. custody and sentenced to life in prison in 2008. The cell members then set off to procure 17 tons of explosives, especially that of precursor ammonium nitrate, along with trucks and chemicals. G has close ties with Kumpulan Militan Malaysia, a militant group in Malaysia. Jazad Sarat, a KMM member, had purchased 4 tons of ammonium nitrate which were already made available to the Singapore cell for the bombings. In an interview on PBS, Lee Kuan Yew pointed out that each bomb would be twice the size of the one detonated by Timothy McVeigh at the Alfred P. Murrah building in Oklahoma City. Failure of plot. After the 11th of September 2001 attacks, an informant told the Internal Security Department about Mohammed Aslam Yar Ali Khan, who is a Singaporean citizen of Pakistani descent and had made claims of having ties with Al-Qaeda. Khan was placed under surveillance, but he abruptly left Singapore for Pakistan on the 4th of October. He was later captured by United Islamic Front for the Salvation of Afghanistan officials. His interrogation led investigators to the Singaporean cell. Singapore authorities conducted the first raid on the 9th of December 2001, arresting 6 people. A total of 15 people were arrested within a month. During the raids, the police seized documents of the attack plots and bomb-making information, as well as photographs and surveillance video of the intended targets, including the embassies. Fake passports and forged immigration documents were also found. Soon after, a G-made surveillance video was recovered among the rubble of a house that was bombed by U.S. coalition forces in Kabul, Afghanistan. It was the home of Mohammed Atef, a close aide of Osama bin Laden. The video showed a narrator in Singapore, Hashim bin Abbas, describing how bombs could be hidden to attack United States interests. Besides the embassies, the plotters were also planning to target United States Air Force warplanes that were stationed at Paya Lebar Air Force Base, as well as several United States companies and businesses. There were also plans to attack U.S. Navy warships along Singapore's coastlines, similar to the Uskul bombing in Yemen in October 2000. The G Group were also plotting to attack United States Navy personnel and the families who often traveled between the Yishun MRT station and Sembawang Wharf via shuttle buses. The video also detailed how bombs could be planted in the sewers and drains near the Yishun MRT station in order to cause massive casualties when targeting United States personnel. The video also showed a man describing how explosives could be strapped on bicycles and be transported without raising suspicion. Investigators in Singapore had found similar tapes at the residence of Mohammed Kaleem bin Jafar, one of arrested G members. The Singapore government presented these material as evidence of a direct link between the G Group and Al-Qaeda. On the 15th of January 2002, Fatha Rahman Al-Ghazi was arrested by authorities in the Philippines. He gave police information that led to a cache of rifles, explosive and bomb-making material in southern Philippines. These were believed to be part of the embassy's attack plot. In August 2002, ISD conducted another major security operation and arrested 18 persons. Most of them were members of G, while 2 were members of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, a militant separatist group in the Philippines. Aftermath: heightened security following the arrests. The U.S., British, and Australian embassies in Singapore were placed on heightened alert. Members of the elite Gurkha contingent of the Singapore police force were posted at the embassies to enhance their security. Timeline of plot, arrests and related incidents. 1993 – Sleeper cell began to form in Singapore. 1997 – Cell conducted surveillance at Yishun MRT station. April 2001 – Cell conducted surveillance at Paya Lebar Air Base. The 11th of September 2001 – Coordinated series of terrorist attacks in the United States by Al-Qaeda. September 2001 – An informant told Internal Security Department of Mohammed Islamiyah Ali Khan's ties with Al-Qaeda. Ali Khan was placed under surveillance. The 4th of October 2001 Mohammed Islamiyah Ali Khan left for Pakistan. He was soon captured by Northern Alliance. The 7th of October 2001 US invaded Afghanistan. The 7th of October 2001 Fatha, Rahman, Al-Ghazi and Sami arrived in Singapore to direct Sleeper Cell. The 9th of December 2001 ISD arrested 6 people. A total of 15 people would be arrested in December 2001. January 2002 to 2 people were released on restriction order. The 15th of January 2002 Al-Ghazi was arrested in the Philippines. A large cache of explosives was uncovered. August 2002 ISD arrested another 21 people. September 2002 to 3 people were released on restriction order. The 12th of October 2002 Bali bombing by Jemaah Islamiyah. List of detainees. List of persons arrested in December 2001. January 2002 Ibrahim Maiden, leader of Singapore G branch. Faiz bin Abu Bakr Bafana, second in command. Muhammad Khalim bin Jafar, leader of Fire Ayub. Faizi Abu Bakr Bafana. Hashim bin Abiz. Muhammad Nazir bin Mohammed Uthman. Adnan bin Musa, Andrew Gerard Ali Ridha bin Abdullah, Halim bin Hussein, Muhammad Anwar bin Margano, Jafar bin Mustaki, Muhammad Elias S.O. Muhammad Khan, Othman bin Muhammad. List of persons arrested in August. September 2002 Abu Wahab bin Ahmed, Saeed Ibrahim, Simon bin Sabtu, Muhammad Noor bin Sulami, Munnan bin Taru, Nafi Rudam bin Sabtu, Sanan bin Rifan, Norton bin Parmin, Mohd Jauhari bin Abdullah, Salam bin Marwan, Mafu bin Haji Halimi, Azman bin Jalani, Said bin Ismail, Faiz Abdullah Ashibli, Zulkifli bin Muhammad Jafar, Habibullah S.O. Hamid, Hassan bin Abaziz, Abdul Majid S.O. Niaz Muhammad. Detained in September 2002, released in April 2005. Detained between October 2002 and December 2003 Mohd Aslam bin Yar Ali Khan, Arifan bin Ali, Muhammad Arif bin Nafiruddin, Muhammad Amin bin Mohd Yunus, Hosni bin Awi, Alafuddin bin Abdullah, Faisal bin Abdullah Abdat. Detained in February 2003, released in October 2002. Detained in April 2005 Japar bin Osman.